And let's continue here. Skype, you can connect with us at username lrn.fm. Send us a request. You'll get accepted, and then you'll easily be able to connect, like Benjamin in California. Go ahead, Benjamin.
Hey, not to change the subject on you, but I've been doing
Talk live. You can do that.
I've been doing something over about the last week that I found to be quite productive so far, and that is in libertarian circles, we're very conscious of the words we use and their definitions. For instance, the word decimate, which Mark was right, that it comes from Romans decimating their own troops as a punishment. Instead of killing all their troops, they would kill every 10th man.
Yeah, I suspect that Romans probably get credit for this. Romans get credit for a lot of things because they wrote stuff down. The Greeks wrote stuff down, too. But it wasn't really common to write. It's harder to find things. Granted, the folks that burned Alexandria probably burned a lot of this stuff up. But the fact is that Romans get a lot of credit for a lot of practices that may have trickled down to them that they didn't start.
Sure. So, we generally get annoyed when the government uses words like taxation rather than what it is, extortion, or telling people they own their property when, in fact, they lease it and pay rent on it.
From the government.
So the government likes to
I got my rent bill. It's called property tax, and it's almost $3,000 for 6 months.
Right. So I've been trying to think of a better and more accurate way of describing police officers, and I've come up with armed bureaucrat, just using it all the time. It's not directly pejorative. It just describes...
Some people think bureaucrat is...
I think bureaucrat is a pejorative term.
I said not directly. But it's not, I get calling them, men with badges and in funny costumes or whatever.
So it's not like saying pig. That would be certainly pejorative.
Yeah.
But it's a midpoint between that and calling them police.
I think it's sad that the current political system has taken peace officers and turned them into bureaucrats. People that enforce pointless rules. And they spend far more time worrying about crimes that have no victim than crimes that do. I think that the vast majority of these people got into the line of work that they got into in order to help people and to do what's right, to protect the innocent against the guilty and those kind of things. And I think sadly they are put into work where they do not do that.
That's one good thing about using the term armed bureaucrat is it could be a decent person. Being an armed bureaucrat doesn't mean you're a bad person. It's just describing what it is you are doing. You are being a bureaucrat, and in the course of your duties, you are armed.
So you said you've been implementing this and you've had good experience with it?
Well, yeah. When I talk to people and, when I'm discussing subjects with them, when I use armed bureaucrat, they give me a funny look at first, and then they're like, well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. It clicks in their head because they don't get immediately defensive about it, like they would with other terms, and it's not, completely out of their realm of thinking to where they kind of shut down and get defensive about it. So, like I said, I've used the term. When I talk to people, and they seem to like it, and I thought other people might try using it and see how it works for them.
Cool, man. Thanks for the suggestion. Appreciate hearing.